How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Boxtalk.
We haven't filmed for ages.
Yeah, we haven't.
Feels like we haven't filmed for ages. Yeah.
Andre Ward.
Who?
Former pound for pound number one in some people's opinions. Some people still have him currently number one pound for pound in the world. It's been a rocky road for Andre Ward.
Litigation. Anyone have him as pound for pound number one right now?
I know.
I want anyone that has Andre Ward pound for pound just to make your argument clear to me on this video, and I'll argue back.
And if you respond to that, Ade will respond to you. I'm not responding to no pound for pound conversations. I can't get into it.
It'll be me. I'll respond to anybody that can truly tell me Andre Ward, who's had like 2 fights in 4 years, is number one pound for pound. Ugh.
Litigation with the late Dan Goosen. Injury.
Was it rotator cuff? He had like shoulder injury. Yeah, it's quite
injury. Bad. Came back nearly a year ago. I think it was June or July against Paul Smith, which was literally supposed to be like a warm up to bigger and better things. It's took him the better half of 8-9 months to get back into the ring. Yeah. He fights Sullivan Barrera, undefeated Cuban, trained by Abel Sanchez. I don't know a lot about Sullivan Barrera. I ain't seen many of his fights, but that doesn't mean that he's here just to make up numbers. A lot of people think he could pull an upset. Ade?
Yeah, 2 reasons why. A, he's a Cuban. Yeah. That already just gives you that tag. He's undefeated. Let's not forget that. Yeah. And also on his Twitter handle, I kind of took a screenshot of it, and I think a few people have seen it, where he said, the first man to beat Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev. No. So he's confident. Yeah. He's not coming in shy. He's not coming in one of those guys that are thinking, oh, I just want to get a bit of a payday, because Andre Ward, to be fair, doesn't really give you a payday. Yeah. He's coming in thinking, I can take a scalp here. Yeah. I'm the man that's coming down from 200 pounds plus. I'm the bigger guy in the ring.
He's well developed.
He's well developed.
Yeah. Okay,
he's a big set guy. Andre Ward, we're still not sure where he's at this weight. Yeah, we know he's a big 168 guy, but Paul Smith kind of showed that the punches didn't have as much impact as they should have. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what Andre Ward does against a real light heavyweight.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before on Boxtalk, and I mean this honestly and truly. I do not believe anyone can hold back Father Time. The Andre Ward that we all were amazed at is 5 years ago.
Carl Froch, yeah?
Carl Froch with the Chad Dawson.
Where?
What was that?
Chad Dawson must have been
2011, 2012? It's now 2016.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced we have the same fighter. And it's going to take a while to convince me. He could fight Sullivan Barrera right now and knock him out in 1 round, or he could go 12 rounds. That won't convince me. I need to see consistent proof that this guy is the same type of guys we're fighting at that high level. When he came out the Super 6, fighting the likes of Kessler, Arthur Abraham, Carl Froch, and then he fought Chad Dawson, we knew you're fighting consistently the elite operators, which proved your point that how good you are. It's going to take a lot for me to believe that once again.
I was a big fan of Andre Ward growing up. I say that like I'm old, but a big fan of his style, his attitude. Everyone kind of tried to give that comparison to Bernard Hopkins, and you could see why. There's a guy that clearly was stuck around the way. He just looked fantastic. But like Ryan says, it's not just a case of you've not fought plus you've had injuries. Yeah. So there's 2 things there, and I don't know if you can just...
There's 3 come back. That attitude's changed as well.
Oh, his attitude stinks.
Before he would fight anyone, what, Kessler in the Super 6 first fight? Bring it on! Yeah. No, it's like, oh, Culver, I'm not too sure, maybe I'll fight when I want to fight, I can't be forced into this fight, GGG, his little GGG, it's like, that, before Andre would have said, yeah, bring him on, I'll show you how it's done. Now it's like, I don't really know.
When I was able to talk about Carl Froch and Nottingham, why am I going to go to England and fight?
Oh, I need a warm-up fight.
Yeah. Sorry.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not too sure about Andre Ward. I'm not too sure. See, the thing about Andre Ward is that, like, again, you guys who watch the show regularly, you know what I'm trying to say. You answer my point. Confidence is a big thing. Yeah? And when you got someone who says, I will fight you right now, every day of the week, and they show that every day of the week, you believe them. Yeah. But when a guy's been injured, had long legs, he talks about warm up, oh, I'll fight this guy maybe, I'll think about this maybe, that tells me maybe you ain't so confident no more in what you're doing. Because you're not fighting.
That's a good point. That's a good point. When you're of so-called pound for pound number 1 and you're saying to me you need warm-up fights,
That's what I mean.
I'm a bit
like,
concerned.
I'm a bit concerned.
It's not saying that. It's not the fact you were saying you need warm-up fights, because deep down behind closed doors, you can probably say I need a couple of warm-up fights.
Yeah.
It's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
That scares me. You're saying, I need a couple of warm-up fights before Kovalev.
Yeah.
I'm a bit concerned by that kind of talk. Whereas I want to hear you say, I'll fight him tomorrow. See, I just want to hear it.
In my opinion, if this was Andre Ward of 2010, 2011, and he was injured, he would have said, guess what, I'm injured, but I'm coming back. I'm coming back right now. He'd been chomping at the bit to try be in the ring. Right now, he got chomping. He just kind of strolling like a leisurely stroll in the park.
Are you concerned for him?
I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm concerned. I believe in talent-wise, he's a tremendously talented fighter. I think his skills, shut down other people's attributes. He knows how to think in the ring. He knows how to control himself in the ring. I have no problem with him 4 years ago, like I said. In terms of today's boxing, I say it a lot, my new word of the year is boxing 2016. In today's world, it is totally different.
No, your favourite phrase is, what have you done for me lately?
There you go. What have you done for me lately? Seriously, I'm just confused. I'm just a little confused. Let's go to Sullivan Barrera. People are putting him at upset. Undefeated, natural, light heavyweight. I think he went to the Olympics at middleweight. But he's capable. He's hungry. Do you think he could pull an upset? Not for the reason we mentioned. Do you think he has that potential and skill set to pull an upset?
Yes, 110%. I do believe upsets. I've been watching boxing many a year to not rule out anything.
Yeah.
And it's also, and I tweeted this 2 days ago, and I said, I watched thousands of fights, and I said I've watched thousands of guys fight on undercards of undercards of undercards.
Oh, yeah.
No one know who they are, and I'm like, they are so avoided. They can easily beat the so-called top dogs.
Yeah.
There's a list of them. They're littered out there of guys that destroyed some of the top dogs in sparring, and like, well, no, we're not giving him a chance again.
Yeah.
Sullivan Barrera could be one of those guys.
And you hear people you hear about gym wars. Oh yeah, don't fight this guy, but you know, when you want the best sparrer in the world,
get him in, but don't try and do that matchup. We hear it all the time. And it's funny because on Twitter right now, Martin, he's going back and forth with a guy called Williams.
Yeah.
I had to look at this Williams' record, and again, undefeated, but no one knows him. 154 guy, no one knows who he is. And Vans is clearly saying, I don't want to fight you. Why should I have to fight you? And I'm thinking, my God, Vans is ranked number 4, this guy's ranked number 15. And that's my point here. We might not know who Barrera is, but the way I see it, undefeated guys, Olympic gold medalists, that pedigree, they don't give out these medals for free. Shows you've got a bit about you.
Gold medalist,
I think he was Olympic gold medalist.
Gold medalist, yeah.
And it shows, and what he reminds me of is almost what Ward was prior to Kessler.
Yeah.
When Kessler was the beast and the favourite, and Ward was, guys, I don't know if you guys are going to believe this when I say this, but when the Super 6 was announced, the two guys to get knocked out with Dorado and Ward,
they were not going to have a chance to win. To be fair, Andre was the least person on there. It was like his chinny.
Yeah.
He got dropped in his 7th fight, and it was like his chinny.
We knew it was Olympic gold medalist. So I was like, oh yeah, but come on, this is Abraham, this is bloody Carl Froch, this is Kessler, Jermaine Taylor's got the pedigree.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like we got a lot of breed of new guys now who are looking at Ward like the way Ward looks at the likes of Kessler and Abraham. The thing that saves Ward more than anything, and I think it's the thing that almost saved Mayweather, and it's weird, it's the thing that didn't save Hatton against Shinchenko, they lived a life.
Yeah.
When Hatton had that little break, Hatton fans might kill me, but you guys all know what I'm talking about. You know he drinks. You know he even said he had a drug problem.
Yeah.
You know he's eating crap.
Yeah.
You know he balloons up.
Yeah.
Ward does none of that.
Yeah.
Ward lives the life. So when Ward is taking a break, yes, he might not do sparring, but he's eating right. He's living the life, and I think that will benefit him here.
Yeah. Just what you said, you don't really find guys at Hatton's height, 5'6", that walk around at 200 plus pounds.
Marcus Maidana does now.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. But I also think that what saved Andre was his experience. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's been with elite guys, legit guys. You cannot tell me Chad Dawson's not legit. You can't tell me Carl Froch is not legit. You can't tell me Kessler's not legit. Yeah, you can't tell me Abraham's not legit. These guys where he's actually mixed with the best in the world
at their in terms of that.
Yeah, I mean, having that level of experience and having that mindset, saying, guess what, I've done this before. That could be his saving grace in this fight. I'm trying to say, and saying, guess what, I might be a little rusty. I haven't really been active for the past 4 years. I might be fighting a higher weight class. I might be a little bit older, but I've got the understanding of this game enough to say I could win this fight.
Yeah, that's a good point. Go on, prediction.
I'm gonna go for Andre Ward to win. I'm going for Andre Ward to win, not because I don't know, not because of Barrera. I just think, like I said, Andre Ward is a tremendous fighter. I just haven't seen it in 4 years. If he could hold 80% of what he's got 4 years ago, it's enough to beat 99% of the guys out there.
80% is a lot.
You know what I'm trying to say, yeah? And I just think that, but I don't know. I think Sullivan Barrera could be a tremendous fighter, could be really, again, one of the names for the future. But I always think when you got 18 fights and it's a huge up in class, regardless how you cut it. I mean, Sullivan Barrera fought Jeff Lacey about 3 or 4 fights ago. That tells you what I'm trying to say, a jump in class. Yeah. Jeff Lacey hasn't been a top ranked fighter for 6-7 years. Yeah, I know he beat Miro Kura in his last fight and knocked him out, but again, Kura has never been an elite fighter either. Yeah, this is an elite fighter in Andre Ward. I'll go for Andre Ward on points. I will say it'll be a close fight in the early rounds, and Andre Ward's experience takes him in the final 7 to 12 for a comfortable decision. Yeah,
I'm kind of going there as well. I think as much as I was talking the upset here, this is Andre Ward. As much as he's been out of the ring for pretty much the last 4 years, this is Andre Ward. As much as I like to diss him a bit, still Andre Ward. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's still a pound for pound player. I don't think he's near number one, but he's still a pound for pound player, because when his skills are there, his skills pay the bills. And it almost reminds me a bit of when the likes of Willie Monroe got a chance against GGG. Again, you know, an undefeated kind of guy. And like, but you saw what happened. Yeah. Sometimes these undefeated guys are
good at the beginning, but it's a step up in class.
It's a step up in class. When the experience goes and it gets to those the late rounds, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 championship rounds, and you just don't quite know what to do. Yeah. Andre Ward's experience will get him through, and hopefully it gets him through safely, so we get a Kovalev match, which I still think we're going to have to see another couple matches before Kovalev. Yeah. I really do.
Well, the way Andre Ward's talking, I don't think we're going to see that match at all for 2016. Let's be honest. Be honest. You know what I mean? He's got a HBO deal where he has to fight with him. Is it possibly set for that end of this year? Yeah. That's the deal he has. He's already talked about, I'm not being forced into any fight I don't want to be fought in. If you sign the contract, then they should honour it. But this is boxing. Rules could be changed. It could bend. Just a quick point before we end this video, when you mentioned about pound for pound, and I said this is why I don't like the pound for pound argument. In any sport, you have seasons. You have a football season, you have a basketball season. Every sport except MMA and boxing don't really have seasons. It might be other sports, but you get up and make it.
Yeah, you have championship seasons and you have time off.
So each season has a champion of the season. This is any other sport. Andre would have been champion 4 seasons ago, or 5 seasons ago.
That's a good point you make.
Yeah, and this is what I'm trying to say. Whereas I don't understand this pound for pound thing. Whereas I understand how good he was, but I can't see he could give someone a championship accolade or title when they haven't fought for 4 seasons.
No, I agree. 100% agree with that statement. You're right. You're right. And which is why when me and Ryan talk our pound for pound, we're kind of on the same level now, where we say it's the guys that are doing stuff for us now, giving us fights now. So we always will say the likes of Terence Crawford and GGG and Kovalev and Lomachenko. Not, because they're guys that are giving us what we need right now.
4 years ago, those guys weren't names, but in the 4 years they made their name.
Look what they've done in 4 years, those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Bloody hell.
Exactly.
All right, guys, there you go. Andre Ward is back. Rock Nation. I don't think this fight's even been promoted well, if I'm honest with you. Rock Nation, all their promotional skills have been letting me down. They let me down badly with the Cotto Canelo
I'm not gonna lie, when you came in, you said, oh, let's film Barrera Ward. I was like, when is it again? I didn't even know it was 2 weeks from now.
And it's on the same night as Kell Brook Beezer. Who knows that fight's on? I had to tweet that the other day. People even know that fight's happening? Yeah. Boy, anyway, we're going to talk about MMA versus boxing in a minute. Peace.